This is my homemade wood stove. Quite a few people have asked me how I made it, so I'll try and give a description of the kind of manufacturing process. So I think what I'll do is I'll start with the bottom and work up. This is just to keep the carpet clean, this is a kind of removable plywood kind of ashtray, dust tray that sits in front of it and kind of fits around the paving slab. This is just a paving slab that sits on top of the carpet. And then there's adjustable legs. There's two legs at the front and two at the back, which the back two sit on the original fire hearth. So that's just to level it up. And then I made these two kind of ash flaps out of aluminium. There's no particular reason I made it out of aluminium. It's just the material I had lying around at the time. But it's with aluminium, it stays nice and shiny. It doesn't rust, and it doesn't get too hot down there. Nowhere near the melting point of aluminium. And these are actually, you can adjust these according to the height of the fire you need. So if you need a more intense fire, you can just open these flaps and let more air in. And then I made the rest of the box section at the bottom is stainless steel. Again, it's stainless, stays nice and shiny and doesn't rust. It kind of preserves the appearance. And then I made a square frame out of quite heavy channel section steel, and the actual fire grate I made of I've just got these, well, you can see in there, I've got the thickest steel bar that I could get hold of. I think it's about 10mm thick and perhaps 40mm wide, and that makes the fire grill. The ideal stuff is cast iron to make a fire grill, because it's got a much higher melting point than steel, but it's very difficult to work with and next to impossible to weld. So I decided on the heaviest steel that I could get hold of. And then the main section to the combustion chamber is actually an old, it's a gas canister, which gave me the idea to make the thing in the first place, because I saw this old gas canister lying in some woods when I was out for a walk. So I picked it up and thought, cool, that'd be handy if I make a wood burning stove. So it's just ideal for the main combustion chamber. And then the front of it, this transparent see-through door is a Pyrex glass cooking tray, which makes a nice big window. It does black up after a while, but it's fairly easy to clean. And I found the biggest hinges that I could get, big steel hinges. To hinge the door, and I made a steel frame to fit the glass cooking tray. I did actually cut the handles of the cooking tray down a bit to fit the frame better, and then I made the inner frame out of I think it's 25mm box section, the inner frame to the door. And then more stainless steel to link the door section to the main combustion chamber. And that's the latch I made. It's just a bent bit of steel with a stud sticking out of that frame, which engages into that hook section on there. And then this bit just stops the handle dropping down too far when the door is open. And moving up to this is the main hot plate. I can cook things on there, quite big pans. It's enough heat to heat quite a big pan. And then this was actually the flywheel for a previous project that I ended up not using, so that come in handy for the wood stove. And then this splash tray, I thought I'd better have splash tray to stop cooking fat going on the carpet. And that's made out of the inside of an old dishwasher. It's a nice piece of stainless steel. So that made the splash tray. And then moving back, what links, there's a radiator on the back which makes more use of the heat from the fire, because obviously the fumes go through this radiator and heat the radiator before they go up the chimney. So it's more additional hot surface to transfer the heat to the air in the room, and that's actually linked to the combustion chamber by that pipe. It's actually an old fire extinguisher that I squashed flat to make more of a kind of letterbox shaped hole in the back of the combustion chamber to get the kind of maximum height for fire material. And that joins onto the radiator with a flange with, I think, 10 screws. So then the fumes actually go down through the radiator into the main exit, which is another bit of fire extinguisher, which is right on the back there. And then they go through a round hole with another flange, and that links onto the blanking plate in the original fireplace. Now if we go through to the other room, this room is more central to the house. I can show you how I did the blanking plate on the fireplace. This is I'll switch the light on. This is how I did the blanking plate. It's practically the same as the one in the other room, and any room I need to install that wood burner in, I can just make one of these blanking plates. So at the moment the hole that the exhaust port of the wood burning stove is blanked off just to stop draft. So if I want to move the thing into here, I just take that blanking plate off and screw the flange on. And it's a reasonably big operation to move it, but it can be done. And because this room is more central to the house, it'll heat the whole house, kind of more or less. It's very powerful. When you get a reasonably big fire in there, the room almost gets too hot, and then you open the doors and it practically heats the whole room. I'll just show you the lighting process. I've got a small fire in there at the moment. I've started it with a bit of newspaper and thin sticks, and I've gradually put thicker and thicker bits of wood on. So that should build up nicely. You can see it through the window. Then I've got my dinner on there, well, part of my dinner, ready to start cooking. Oh, I just started cooking today's main meal. I'm going to have fried potato, which I've got those in there frying. They'll take a few minutes, and when they're almost done, I'll put the minced beef in. This is minced beef with one stock cube. And then I might put an egg in as well, and there's some pre-cooked cabbage that I cooked on this stove the other day. So I'll build it all up in kind of one pan, and that'll make the main meal, all cooked on the wood stove. That's on the main ring, but it will cook on top of the radiator as well. The top of this radiator gets hot enough to cook on with a small pan. Although what I've got on there for the moment is the concrete counterbalancing weight out of an old dishwasher. So that gets hot. It improves what they call entropy just slightly. So anyway, that's the main meal on the go. Right, now I've had my dinner and it was very nice. I'm heating the water for the washing up. So that's another thing you can use it for. Well, I've just done a load of washing, and this is the clothes drying attachment in action. So what I've only got a very small fire in the combustion chamber. It's only just smouldering at the moment. But it does dry washing quite well. I thought I might need a fan to kind of blow the heat up through the washing, but it seems to work alright with just kind of natural convection current. It's a very old washing era, an old wooden one, and what I did was I just made these metal brackets on, so it rests on the front bit on the hot plate, and the back bit of the era I just made little brackets for to just slip over the radiator to keep it located. So that's the clothes drying attachment. I can't quite get it all in frame, but you probably get the idea.